do say there has been quite the disturbance upon these lands. I've been fearful of this for quite a while. The one and only... What the heck? Sorry, 1 second, guys. My battery died. I can turn this down. I want to replay that. I kind of like that intro. But, alas... There we go. Camera C. Camera A. Alright, we're back. These lands have been disturbed by the one and the only apple. Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on? Gross. Feed them horses. We're gonna get into it here. We're not gonna spend too much time. 3 more pots coming your guys' way with some of this cool music going on. Let's get into it. Green, off. Green, off. There we go. There's the second one. And let's get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit of water right underneath. Wheel. Very slowly pushing that left hand forward again 1 more time. And I bring that up. Nice. Get down to the bottom 1 more time. Bottom. So. Go down to that bump, walk that all the way up to the left hand until you get back on center. You're slowly tilting that forward as you twist that down. Need some water, stop. Again, carry forward a little bit and then bring that back down. Swap over to camera C. My hammer fist is coming down over top. My left hand's always on that left side. Again, hammer fist coming down. Walking this back. There we go. A little bit more water. Nice. Some more on the interior. The pond, you can't be having the tadpoles dry out there. Some cutting across the bottom. No way is this Skyrim music. What the heck? Interesting. Round this off. I forget what the one horse was that you could get. It was like Shadow. It's from the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood quest line. Okay. Anyway. Camera B. Let go! Let go! Hey guys. It's me, Llama, practicing my shouts. Here we go. Fus ro da! We're making another volcano. Bringing this up. Again, a little bit of water right on the interior. Bring our knuckle from the outside. Walk it in slowly. See, I kind of cut into it a little bit too much with my knuckle there. Color that in one more time. I'm a little bit thin right below the neck, so I gotta be careful. One more time. I'm gonna push down first. I'm slowly gonna project that clay up. You see how it's wanting to bounce around quite a bit? So we gotta be kind of careful. Why is this not fully down? Somebody asked, how am I? I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Color this in. A little bit of water right on your elbow. I'm gonna take it slow. So, finger on the inside, slowly creating this bump. We've projected that clay up. Now we have this bump, and that's what we're carrying up. Like a slug crawling up to find his next meal. There we go. Smooth out this interior. Nice. A bit of water. And we're gonna go. To the top. You ready? Take our fingers. We're gonna have my pinkies in here this time. Pretty thin there, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna kiss that. Or chill out there. It's kind of like a loose twist, right? And so sometimes these kind of look interesting because there's a looseness in that twist that you don't get when I do a manual twist up, where it totally is wound up really tight. And so I think that these ones look a little bit more airy, a little bit more flowy. Keeping my eye on it because usually with a loose twist there's not anything supporting. So these ones have a tendency to want to totally like fall over. And so we just got to be aware that that might happen here. And if it does, that's all we have to do is then we do the manual twist and twist it out the rest of the way. But on this one, I think I want to kind of keep that looseness there. Right underneath. Swap over to camera C. Camera C. So you can kind of see what I'm doing back here. Slowly trying to launch some of this clay that's underneath. I call this the skirt of the tree. We gotta launch this upwards. There we go. Nice. A little bit of water. Pinky right underneath here. We're slowly pulling this up. And we don't want any tendrils kind of getting in the way here. So on this one, we're gonna do tabs. Turn these into petals. We got a 12, so that was okay. Gonna bring this one back a little bit. There we go. Camera B. Right underneath this edge. Slowly take some of this water out. There we go. Be careful. Camera C. This wants to totally fall. Bring this back over just a tad. That should be okay. So here's our second one. Took that right in on the lap there. Water. Knife. Take that water off. Get as much of that clay as we can off there. Fresh wheel, fresh start. Here we go. We got some hard chunks on the clay that we'll just get off there. Start pushing down. Some water on there. Slowly bringing my left hand forward as I'm hooking those fingers on this hand underneath to make sure I don't trap any air underneath that edge. And again, I'm pushing forward and I'm slowly walking this up. Right? Again, some water on the top there. Down, slowly walk this up. Probably got one more that we can do. We'll swap over to camera A. Again. Pushing it forward. That's going to keep that bottom part on center. I'm going to just tilt this top over just a little bit. And slowly try to start bringing this down. I'm not going to do anything crazy because this one's pretty tall. After that, you have that wobble. You slowly take that wobble up and bring it to that left hand. And this looks like it's a tension spot. So I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to claw. And why am I clawing there, right? Because I think that that claw cuts into the clay, creates new bonding areas for that clay to sit so it doesn't just rip right off, right? Now you can see the tension point is down here. Again, I'll do a little bit of a claw. I'm going to swap over to camera C. My hammer fist is right on top. I'm pushing, always pushing forward, lift that left hand. It's catching that clay, and that should get it pretty much on center there. Again, hammer fist comes down. Slowly walks out. Nice. Okay. One more. This music literally reminds me of like, it's like maybe I'm in Dawnstar. It's a city in Skyrim, and I'm walking along the shoreline, and it's during the daytime, and I found some like these walrus things with 3 tusks that were really tanky and would destroy me. Whenever I played those games, I always played a 2-handed axe. That was my favorite thing to play as. Bring that up. Smooth this bottom out. Oh, you already know it's time for the volcanoes, CJ. I feel like, what's that guy say? What on earth is that? Camera B. A dragon? Halloween. I forget what he says, but then all these meteors start coming down. He goes, and then bites down on there. Llama's coming in. Llama dragon swooped in for a volcano. I'm slowly walking that top in. And there we go. If you don't know why I'm doing the dragon things, it's because this music is from Skyrim. In my opinion, the first real game with dragons. At least the one that I played. There's like Spyro and stuff, but I feel like that wasn't really a true dragon. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up slowly. Whoa, there's dragon emojis? I didn't even know that. Sick. A little bit of water on the inside. Again, right down to the bottom. Push in from here. Nice little collar from the bottom here. Was going right down to the bottom, finding that bump. So I'm taking my finger on the outside first. And see how my hand is kind of pointed down? I slowly find this bump, and then right when I find that bump, you can see how my wrist on my right hand, that exterior hand, twists upwards, right? Because I'm lifting this little bump all the way up. And there's a thin spot there, so I should have been a little bit more careful. And at the top, you see how I'm slowly taking my fingers on the top and I'm splaying them outwards a little bit more because it was thinner or thicker on the top. And to reduce that tension, that's all I did was just angle this more across so there's a finer almost line or fewer amount of surface area touching that clay there. And so it can really kind of carve that out, right? But here we are, a little bit of water on the interior that we have to get out. Base, and we're gonna actually do maybe a buffer, so we're gonna slowly find this bump and take this bump up. Hopefully this will give us enough top to really get the tree cooking up here. Oh, I should have done that. Kind of messed that one up. Or kind of one thin one, but it shouldn't matter too much when we get to this top part. As long as we are Did we open this one up too, actually? I think we might. We have a lot of clay on the bottom base here that we can mess with, so push down and slowly take this out. Right underneath. skirt that we have to deal with now. Oh, hello. Here's me again. And right underneath. Slowly getting some more water underneath, so it cuts a little bit nicer there. And on these, I'm thinking we're probably gonna do tendrils, but I haven't really been liking tendrils recently. So let's just finish and see what we want to do. I feel like if I don't do tendrils, it's kind of a missed opportunity, right? I mean, just wants to and be done and have this really wide bottom. Let's just do it because we haven't done one like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. We're not going to touch it anymore. And hopefully it doesn't fall. Sometimes if it's too weak in this middle part, it'll be too much. This kind of reminds me of like a pie crust. Camera C. Okay, and we're off to the last pot of the day. Ooh. This feels more like a vessel than a tree. Interesting. Oh, you guys can hear me. Okay. Camera A. Cherry pie crust. I feel like how wide that is, there's like room for things to be like set around that pot, right? I think could be kind of interesting, but alright, here we go. Push down, 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 push down. There you go. Hello? Right underneath. Slowly pushing forward. Bring that up. Nice. Okay. One more time. A little bit of water. You see that left hand is pushing forward against that wall, which is that right hand. Giving it just one direction to go, and that's upward, right? I'm going to bring it down once. I can feel there's a lot of uneven clay. This off. How many trees have I done? I've done 2 so far, so this is the last one for today. Okay, here we go. Slowly bring this up. Again, right down to the bottom. You can see, I'll stop to show you guys right on this bottom kind of what's happening here. So you can kind of see that it's a little bit thinner right here, and so my hands are positioned, so as I'm pushing this up, I'm just carrying this almost like a little bump, right? It's almost like the same idea as if you were pulling up a wall. It's like, again, it's carrying up that bump, right? I can start in that middle. I was kind of not paying attention. Care about that wobble in a second, so we'll go down to the wobble, and then we're pushing this forward and bring that wobble up into that left hand, right? That left hand is hungry. He just wants to eat any wobble that happens. He devours it. Got a little bit of a bobble on the bottom. I'm going to swap over to camera C. Hammer fist coming down on top. Slowly pushing that forward. There we go, right on center. I am going to start. Man, There's a ringing in my ear, like my battery's like buzzing at me. I'm just gonna pretend like it doesn't exist. Here we are, opening this up. A little water. Get them down slowly using my fingertip to cut through this clay here. Lift that up a little bit. There we go. Smooth out that middle part. It's definitely the battery. But I know what you're talking about. I've had that before too. Alright. So here we are. Hello. Last volcano pull of the day. Let's get into it. Camera B. Llama. Here we go. Slowly, llama's biting. Pulling that back into the back here. Nice. Okay. Volcano established. Next, knuckle pull. Right on this bottom edge. Slowly walking in some of this clay. We're actually not really going to try to do too much here. All we really want to do... Oh, the buzzing's gone. Thank goodness. But all we're trying to do here is just try to even out that clay. A little bit of water on the top. Call that top in. We still have some thickness on the bottom. Again, I'm going to push down. I'm going to drag this in just a tad. I have this little bump over top. And just walking this bump up until I get to this top edge. Flare that out a little bit, and we can collar this in one more time. We're going to be gentle with the collar here, because we don't want to rip or tear or torque that clay. But bring that rim in, round it off. Just one small little pull right on that top edge there. Nice, okay. Back down to the bottom one more time. Push in. Again, allow that interior finger to just drift right above those exterior fingers. Now you have this bump that's pushing out. You got that bump locked in. And slowly walk this bump up. That's that snail. You're in control of this bump. Don't lose it, right? Right to the top. It's going to have a little bit more tension if it's thicker or more compressed. Go outwards with it to reduce that tension on the bottom. And there you go. Alrighty. We're walking, boys. That's so funny. We'll walk up the vessel, guys. Oh. Guys, you'll see what happened. We have a fallen soldier today. You guys can't see him. But you can. Camera A. Camera A. Wedging table. He was trying to be like a Nike swoosh, yo. Come on, dude. You're a tree, not a Nike swoosh. It's okay. We'll probably keep that one, to be honest. Okay. Camera B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to get a little bit too thin, but I did want to kind of make that top a little bit more bulbous. Is it tilting? Ooh, this one's gonna fall. So here we go, guys. We're gonna go out, up, twist in. There you go. And now we're gonna be messing more with this bottom. I have a little air pocket down here, but I felt like I knew that earlier. Whoa. That's so interesting. You throw clockwise. Wait. You're a left-handed thrower? I'm left-handed, but I don't throw left-handed. I have some students that do left-handed throwing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry to let you down, my fellow lefty. Not left? You throw right-handed, but the wheel spinning the other way? Whoa. I had one student do that, and I just couldn't understand how it works, to be honest. I work with all ages. I work with little kids, and I work with adults. I work with people my own age. So, kind of hang out with everybody. You'd be surprised, all the little things like the llama and stuff, the adults actually seem to like that more than the kids. The kids, I feel like, don't even like making the things. They just like glazing stuff. You'd think it's not different, but it is. Totally. Dang, you're like, if you ever decide to like make like a pottery logo, you should call your thing like patchwork pottery, because like you're taking like a left foot, a right hand. I don't know. I don't really know what your style of pottery is, but maybe you could like lean into that. I feel like you have a very unique throwing experience based on how you throw. Being a teacher would be great if it weren't for the frickin' kids. Yeah, sometimes kids, you know, I've had some interesting experiences where I feel like the parents could discipline their kids a little bit more with their actions. But again, it's not my position to tell people how they should teach their kids, you know, but I have just noticed like a lot of the stuff that these kids do would not fly if I was a kid, you know. So, and it's a shame because I think it prevents a lot of like nice teachers from wanting to continue to work with kids. That's what I'm saying. If I was a kid, like I'd want to just be like playing with the clay the whole time. But they just want to paint stuff from like a what's the thing that like recycled pots. Like when you don't want your pots anymore, you throw it in this big recycle bin, and people just have free game over if they want to use your stuff. That's all the kids want to do. It's so interesting. All right, camera C. Oh, but we will keep him like this. He will become that vessel that is fallen, the fallen vessel. You might ask me, why would you keep this one? I actually think this one's not too bad of a collapse. Sometimes collapses can look really shoddy, but this one is not too bad. I welcome the collapse. These are trees after all. Sometimes in the forest you got a couple of trees that fall after a storm, you know. Kind of looks like a beast with its mouth open. No. Oh, dang, you already... That's how I was going to position it on the wheel. Dang it. But I do think I could put like eyes on it and it would look kind of interesting, but I feel like that's too on the nose. I'd rather than be beast-like without having to spit out the vernacular of beast with eyes and teeth and stuff, you know? Camera A. Ooh. Dude, what's going on right now? I feel like there's dwarves walking around me. Is that an elf shooting at a deer in the woods? Is that a mage casting spells? What am I looking for? So lost in track. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look really too great. Maybe we will have to side. Not side like this. It almost looks like a root. A root. Wheel. Okay. Send me over some energy, guys. Let me know which one you like the best. But send me some energy. What's my favorite fruit? Apple. Hey guys, it's me. Here I am. Down on the wheel. Let's get right into the review here. I actually think that this one here is my favorite of the day. When I usually skate in the tendrils on the bottom there, I almost like pluck them in, right? But I allowed this one to kind of skate as if I was doing a cross tendril, like coming across the vessel instead of towards the vessel. And it created these nice kind of loose tendrils on the bottom that I think are just really nice. It's pretty tight, so there's a good contrast with the veins of the tree, and then it's pretty wide again. Almost again, I'm going to use that's my favorite new word, orbular, very orbular on that top there. And so I'm really liking the way that this vessel looks. But we'll kick it over off to this one right here. I think this one was pretty good too. I like the interior of this vessel quite a bit, so it's a really nice spiral. It's also a buffer tree, so I have that little spiral buffer. Then I start the tendrils, and then I twist that up. I open them up. This is another one. Yesterday I did one like this, but I think I like this one maybe a little bit more. And on the bottom here, you can see, instead of curling any of these little, the skirt of the tree inwards, right, or even up at all, I left it as just the pie crust plucks. And so I think that one looks really great. Anyway, we got the one in the middle here. F in the chat for this one. Middle is down. Middle is not mid anymore. Middle is down. But he fell. But sometimes, you know, I get some that fall every once in a while, right? And I end up keeping some of them because I think they actually look kind of interesting. And pots normally don't tip over like a tree. And so when they do, like usually they'd buckle and kind of like fall that way, but they don't actually like bend and tip over like that. So sometimes I think there's some beauty into it, and I'm sure I'd find something to do with these pots. You know, they're not singular. I'm thinking of them as sets and stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best. Strong mentality. Goated 1. Dang it. Goated 1. Goated 1. What the heck is going on? Goated 1. Never mind. Let's wheel. Doesn't go either? What? Let's wheel. There you go. Oh my gosh. forgot to change the June edit to the July edit. So hold on. Let me do that quick because camera C. Wait, we can do. Hey. It's just like July edit. Okay. So here's the July edit. That was a glimpse at the upstairs. You guys could see the freaking room just... That's the dining and living room that just totally filled now. Totally orbular, dude. I love that. Best alien Victorian speaker. Don't be a teacher, I'll say from experience. Super cool. You should see you in SJ. Oh, super cool to see me in SJM Ceramics stream last night. Yeah, I mean, they're always in my stream, so every time when I see somebody else be streaming, I'll jump over. That's fine. But yeah, teaching for everyone. Special ed high school teacher and now does part-time some work he always tries to do. Yeah, I feel like just teaching in today's age is really difficult. There's a lot of other outside of school things that end up making their way in school, right? Like when I was a kid, some people probably didn't even, there was no phones when they were a kid in school, but me, like they would collect our phones at the beginning of the class, you know what I mean? So it's just interesting. Doing clay modeling on the wheel, 4.5. But yeah. I have to watch this recording. Sad, missed out on the tall sushi base one. Yeah, that's okay. No worries. I think you put a comment saying that you missed one or something some days ago or something like that, but I appreciate you just stopping in, even just to see the one. F in the chat for the one FL, yes, for sure. As a teacher for 35 years, I loved helping from the future generation, building self-esteem, giving. Yeah, that is one thing I do like about, like I have this one student who's like, he's probably like my favorite student, but he really loves the wheel, and there's times where, you know, I have to help him out quite a bit, but then all of a sudden he can come in and he can just start cranking out some nice cylinders, and just the look on his face, he was like, hey, I'm really starting to get it. Like those moments I think are really powerful, you know. Goat energy. Nice work, Demon. Unreal how much work I've done. Well, no, dude, I still have this dream of just filling out, getting like a huge warehouse and just tons and tons and tons and tons of room and fill the whole thing up. Like, I want people to be like so, like think I'm so like weird or so manic or insane just by looking at the amount of work I've done. Right now, like I think if you met some like production potters, you'd show them my stuff and they'd be like, yeah, I can do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's obtainable. Like I want it to be unobtainable to like hardcore like production potters. Like I want them to think I'm crazy. But yeah, thank you though. Stay strong, brother. I see your demon. You are more powerful than them. Cheers from Poland. Thank you. I did a genetics test before, and even on both sides of my family, they both are, I'm like, my great grandmas on both I think are Polish, which is kind of interesting. And there's There was something in Poland where you can get a blood by right citizenship or something like that. I thought about it for a little bit because I still have all the documents from when they moved over, and it's all translated already into English, which is pretty nice. But I haven't really, I'm too busy with this stuff now. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Computer, peace out. See you tomorrow.